Hello students, this is Miss Kelly. Welcome back to science class. I hope you have a great day today and that you are ready to learn. For today's lesson, we are going to start with a tongue twister. Are you ready? Okay. Whether the weather be fine or whether the weather be not, whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll weather the weather, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Wow, that was a really hard one. Your turn. Lesson number 3, Classifying Matter. Pages 430, 436. Objectives. In this lesson, we will be able to explore how matter is classified and also explain how elements are organized in the periodic table. Let's look and wonder. Everything that you see in these pictures is made of matter, just as the basic unit of all living things is the cell. Matter has a basic unit too. What is that unit? How does it differ among matter? And what is all matter composed of? Well, the answer, we will figure it out together in this lesson. Let's move forward. Now, you can see here coins, nails, and aluminum foil. What do these materials have in common? Well, they are shiny and they also are made of metal. So in this lesson, we will learn how to classify materials according to each of their properties. Our vocabulary words are element, atom, metal, and periodic table. What are elements? People once thought that all matter was made of earth, air, fire, and water. But now, thanks to a group of people, we know that all matter is made of elements. An element is a substance that is made up of only one type of matter. Scientists call elements the building blocks of matter. Why? Because an element cannot be broken down into a simpler form. It is already simple. Hydrogen, gold, silver, and neon are some of the elements that we know. Out of elements, we have the atoms. An atom is the smallest part of an element. They are very small particles that cannot be seen. All atoms in an element are alike. So this means that all atoms in copper, for example, are copper atoms. They have different properties from the atoms of any other element. So each element is singular. Let's classify elements. How do we classify elements? Well, one way is to decide whether they are metal or non-metal. When we talk about metal, we will find out that these are shiny. They can be bent or hammered into a new shape. Some metals are iron or aluminum and copper. One good example is aluminum foil or the pans that your mom used to cook. Metals let heat and electricity pass through them. For example, a metal pan like the one in the picture over a flame or a heated burner gets hot very quickly. We also have the metalloids, such as silicon. Have some but not all of the properties of metal, so they are in between. Silicon is used also to make the glues or the silicon glue that we usually use in the school. Oxygen and nitrogen are non-metals. This means that they have none of the properties of the metal. They are simply gases. Symbols for elements. Scientists use symbols to stand for each element. Often a symbol is the first letter of the element's name, just like the C for carbon. Some elements take their symbols from their Latin names. A clear example of this is the gold's symbol. We have AU. In Latin means aurum. The first letter in a chemical symbol is always capitalized. How are elements organized? Around 150 years ago, a Russian scientist called Dmitry Mendeleev made a table of the elements. He based his table on the known properties of elements, and this is what we know as the periodic table. The periodic table is a chart that classifies all the known elements and their properties. As the years passed, new elements were found, so they were added to the table. Let's remember the three main groups: metals, metalloids, and non-metal. If you look at a periodic table, you will see that they are arranged by their atomic number. The atomic number is related to the mass of each element. Just look at the picture below of sodium. Its atomic number is 11. The element symbol is Na because it comes from Latin word, and the element name is sodium. So far, the scientists have discovered 118 elements. The periodic table is in charge to show how they are similar and how they are different. Elements in the same column have similar properties. So this means that if they have similar properties, they can easily combine with other elements and create new substance. On the other hand, we have some other elements that have very different properties, so it's kind of hard for them to combine. The rows on a table are called periods. Now it's time to sing along with the periodic table song.
And now, ASAP Science presents the elements of the periodic table.
There's hydrogen and helium, then lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon everywhere, nitrogen all through the air with oxygen so you can breathe, and fluorine for your pretty teeth, neon to light up the sign, sodium for salty times,
Magnesium,
aluminium, silicon,
phosphorus,
then sulfur, chlorine, and argon,
potassium,
and calcium so you'll grow strong,
scandium,
titanium, vanadium, and chromium, and manganese. This is the periodic table, noble gas is stable, halogens and alkali react aggressively. Each period will see new outer shells while electrons are added, moving to the right. Iron is the 26th, then cobalt, nickel coins you get, copper, zinc, and gallium, germanium, and arsenic, selenium, and bromine, film, while krypton helps light up your room, rubidium, and strontium, then yttrium, zirconium,
niobium,
molybdenum, technetium,
ruthenium,
rhodium, palladium,
silverware,
then cadmium and indium,
tin cans,
antimony, then tellurium, and iodine, and xenon, and then cesium, and barium is 56, and this is where the table splits, where lanthanides have just begun, lanthanum, cerium, and praseodymium. Neodymium's next to promethium, then 62, samarium, europium, gadolinium, and terbium, dysprosium, holmium, erbium, thulium, ytterbium, lutetium, hafnium, tantalum, tungsten, then we're on to rhenium, osmium, and iridium, platinum, gold to make you rich till you grow old, mercury to tell you when it's really cold, thallium, and lead, the bismuth for your tummy,
polonium,
astatine would not be yummy,
radon,
francium, titanium will last a little time. Radium then actinize at 89. This is the periodic table. Noble gas is stable. Halogens and alkali react aggressively. Each period will see new outer shells will electrons are to the right. Actinium, thorium, protactinium, uranium, neptunium, plutonium, americium, curium, berkelium, californium, titanium, fermium, indolenium, nobelium, lawrencium, rutherfordium, wm, sprigium, boreum, hesium, meitnerium, obsidium, ruthenium, copernicium, nihonium, flerovium, moscovium, livermorium, tennessine, and organesson. And then we're done.
How do scientists use the periodic table? They simply use it to predict how an element will react. So, if the elements in the same column have similar properties, this means they will react in similar ways. For example, elements in column 18 are called noble gases, just like the neon and E. We can easily find them at night in those amazing big cities. Now let's go to column 1, alkali metals. Hydrogen is a gas in column 1. Unlike neon from noble gases, hydrogen reacts and forms many new substances. So this means alkali metals react to form new substances. Most alkali metals react with elements in column 17 called halogens, which are easily to create new substances too. In this case, we have fluorine. We can easily find it in the toothpaste when we brush our teeth. Visual summary. An atom is the building block of matter. Elements are made of atoms. Matter can be organized by its properties. Elements in the periodic table are grouped by similar properties. The end. Remember, if you need any help or if you have ideas or suggestions about the videos, comment below or let me know through a WhatsApp text or via email. Have a good day, students. Goodbye.